Crash Nation, welcome back to day two of the USWRA Championship Tournament, Birmingham, Alabama, on the campus of the Lakeshore Foundation. Ready for the afternoon session game between Carolina Crash and the Oscar Mike Militia. Some of our pregame videos not working all of a sudden, so we'll just skip right into the lineups. Just a second here to get things launched and get them up there on the screen for you. All right. Starting off with Oscar Mike. I have number 55, Mason Simons, number 15, Brian Anderson, 22, Noah Courier, and number 9, Josh Birch. Militia coached by Joe Delagrave. Starting from Carolina, have 14, Hank Allen, number 10, Dave Jenkins, 15, James Whitty, and 21, Chris Plax, coached by Coach Mike Duda. So we're about 3 minutes away from tip-off. We will take a break till we get a little bit closer and bring you right back to the action. All right, teams breaking the huddle after final prep. Both teams taking the court for the tip. So we're going to have Simons and Whitty in the circle for the tip. All right, ball's up, and Simons tips it. Birch collides with Plax, comes away with the ball. Still in the backcourt, looking for some help. Ball's off the chair. It's knocked back in bounds by Jenkins. Off the chair of Anderson. Good hustle by Jenkins. Slap that ball back on court. Off the chair. Ball comes into Plax. Guarded by Simons and Courier. Bounce pass intended for Jenkins. Anderson was there to swat it away. And Courier picks it up. Courier breaks the seal for Oscar Mike. First points. Plax looking for some help. Gives it up to Jenkins. Plax long court pass to Whitty off his hands. And ball roll out of bounds. Courier will inbound in far corner. Simons bending back. One hand pass to Anderson. Like we may have a clock malfunction. We'll start that play again. Courier to Simons again, guarded by Allen and Jenkins. Over to Anderson with a head of steam down center court. Tosses over to Birch. Oscar Mike up 2-0. Plax pushed behind by Simons. Looking for some help. Fires a pass up court for Whitty. Simons over the shoulder catch. Just stopped it right before half court. Down court for Courier. Hands it off to Anderson. Locked up by Hank Allen. Birch ends up over on one side. Coaches get him back upright and adjusted. Looks like he's going to be okay. Courier triggers into Simons. Anderson directing traffic up at the top. The Militia sprint into action. Anderson splits the center. Plax around the corner. Skip pass over to Whitty. Whitty puts it to Jenkins. And Plax firing down court again. Lob comes into Simons. Anderson back and forth. Gets freed up. Throws it back towards the top. Simons crashes. Hands it off to Anderson on a short flip. Plax looking down court. Fires another one for Whitty. Birch into Simons. Simons, quick pass over to Hollywood. Brian Anderson. Flax in a bit of trouble. Trying to fires another pass towards half court. Whitty is there to pick that one up. And a race with Courier around the corner. Whitty makes it through turn 3 across the line. Anderson's pass off target. Whitty's there to pick it up. Brings it back and forth. Download Plax. Plax lobs it overhead to Jenkins. Jenkins takes it in. Carolina ties it up halfway through the first. 5-5. Three defenders on Simons. Dumps it off to Birch. Birch pushes hard down court. Takes a couple of swats and gives it off for Simons, who finds Anderson in the corner. Plax following Allen. Fires half court again. Whitty's there out in front of Birch. High pass. Simons one hand grab. Bounce pass to Birch. Oscar Mike with a 4-on-2. Defense hustling back. Whitty with a hit on Birch. Simons. Back out to Anderson. Oscar Mike backs it out, sets up the half-court offense. Over that shoulder catch by Simons. With 4 on the shot clock. Inbounds pass comes into Allen. That time Whitty gets it back. Gets up ahead of the defense, takes a couple of blows. Simons nearly upended him. Gets it up to Plax. Plax lobs one down low for Whitty, breaking 3. Very physical game to get started here. Carolina keeping it tied up. Finally across half court. Anderson across the line. Plax to the far side. Looking for some help. Lobs one up court. That one's going to reach the end line out of bounds. Courier inbounding. Simons looking long. Ryan Major in for Oscar Mike, number 4. Major with the ball. Plax stops him right there. Simons scoops Major connects for Simons on the pass. Oscar Mike takes a 2-point lead here near the end of the first. Blacks round corner. Going to beat Courier to the corner. Birch lobs a high one to Simons. Gives it back to Birch. Major screens off a couple of defenders. Blacks tips that one. Couldn't quite come up with it. Roberts and Gotze in for Carolina. Weedy and Allen take a break. Birch into Simons, holds it up high. Gotze, Birch to the top of the key. Weaving his way through traffic. Another high pass. Simons one hand grab down low to Major. Flats. Fires one towards half. Just out of range. Be a corner inbound for the Militia. Simons flips one back of Major. Major around the corner. .38 seconds to go. Oscar Mike with a 3-point advantage, 11-8. Long pass down court for Roberts. Over his head, misjudged that one. Courier with another inbound in the corner. Simons bounce pass to Birch. Birch. 12-second call on Oscar Mike. 17 seconds left. Carolina trying to get one on the board here late in the first. Toss into Gotze, back to Jenkins. Jenkins, bit of trouble. Finally breaks free. Roberts seals the corner. 8-second no dribble call on Jenkins. Simons will hold it for the final buzzer of the first quarter. Oscar Mike, Militia, 11. Carolina Crash, 8. 2-minute break. Be right back. Carolina with the inbound. High pass into Plax. Anderson tried to rip it away. Bounces it over to Jenkins. Bounce pass in the key to Plax. Chris Fleece in for Oscar Mike on that inbound. Gives it to Simons. Simons heading. Simons looked like he went out of bounds. 12-second call. Carolina creates a turnover. I guess it didn't start the clock. I'm not quite sure what happened there, folks. So I guess it was a clock issue, but that turnover that Carolina got just isn't going to count. Masons is going to go coast to coast. Blacks around the corner, looking long for Jenkins. Got a 2-on-1 break. Whitty peels off Major. Simons weaving way back and forth, tries to get over to Fleece. Fleece, one hand grab. Big scrum, hands everywhere. Jenkins reaches in, creates a jump ball. Possession arrows pointing to Oscar Mike. They'll inbound with 22 on the shot clock. Fleece puts it into Anderson. Anderson down low to Major. Major, three defenders. Ball comes out for Woody. Jenkins up ahead. Good defense for Carolina. Game back within one. Simons again with the ball. Long pass to Anderson. On target. Oscar Mike drops back into half court defense. Protecting the key. Blacks to the corner. Nobody picked him up and had a huge hole to roll through. Anderson Caught by Whitty. Flips it up court for Ryan Major. Blacks. Backs up. Throws one to Whitty. Out front to Jenkins. Simons trying to spin away from the double team. Gives it up to Anderson down the near side. Major once again takes it across the line. Bounce past to Jenkins. Simons picks him up. Flips it to Whitty. It's bumped from behind. Throw the angle pass over to Plax. Simons looking up court for Ryan Major. Whitty in pursuit. Didn't quite. He did get him. Knocked him into the pylon at the end. Good defense by Whitty. Carolina with a shot to tie it up here. More issues at the scorer's table. Jenkins gives it over to Plax. Oscar Mike falling back again. In the key defense. Down low for Plax. One hand grab. Carolina ties it up at 15. Simons passes off to Courier, back to Simons on the give and go. Leans back, passes tipped, and Birch, the right spot. Hands off to Ryan Major. Looking low, Courier. Whitty trying to tie up the ball. He's going to draw a foul. Illegal use of hands by James Whitty into the penalty box. Substitutions. Carolina, Hank Allen in for Godsey. Simons waiting for the defense to set it behind him and takes it in. Whitty calls for the inbound. Lobs long for Plax. Off target. Jenkins sneaks in behind and picks it up. 8-second call being called on Carolina there. Inbounds pass did not connect. Be touched within 8 seconds, so it'd be a turnover. Simons draws it back out. Kind of pushes away between Flax and Whitty. Muscles his way across the line. Jenkins down center court. Flip pass to Whitty at the baseline. Simon's able to break free down the far side. Pushes the pass over to Major. That's in the Flax. Bounce pass to Jenkins. Races through the defense. Ryan Major with a head of steam. Ball's loose into the lap of Whitty. Whitty trying to get it across half court. It's caught. Gets it over in the corner. Bump from behind. Throws it over back to Flax. Down to Jenkins. Jenkins bounce pass to Whitty. That was a hard-earned point by Carolina, but they got it there. Tied up 18-18. Ryan Major flips another one up high. Birch runs under it. Flax spinned away from Courier behind an Allen screen. First speed to get through. Over to Whitty, tapped away by Simons. Simons takes it in. Oscar Mike back up 2018. That pass deflected by Simons. Off the fingertips of Flax. Subs into the game. Anderson for Oscar Mike. Walker and Godsey for Carolina. Simons sets it up. Crashes the key. Backs it out again with 20 on the shot clock. Anderson in control this time. Going to take another run at it. Anderson finds a gap. A.J. Walker inbounding into Whitty. Whitty flips it to Jenkins. Back to Whitty. Up court for Walker. Anderson turns and stopped by Whitty and Jenkins just across half court. Hands it off to Simons. Simons directing traffic again. Walker and Birch battling out at the top of the key. 11 on the shot clock, 10 on the shot clock, 8 on the shot clock. It's getting low. Pass intercepted by Jenkins. Jenkins comes away with it. Slides a pass up to Whitty. Whitty spots Godsey down at the other end. Just couldn't quite find a handle on that one. Oscar Mike with a timeout. Oscar Mike comes storming out of the huddle. Courier inbounding. Lobs into Simons. Short handoff to Birch. Flipped up ahead for Anderson. Successful try for Oscar Mike. Go up 3. Carolina calls timeout. Carolina calls timeout. Walker will inbound with 34.9 showing on the clock until halftime. Long pass. Whitty slashing towards the end line. Takes it in with 31 on the clock. Timeout by Oscar Mike. Pass comes in to Simons. Takes a look at the clock. Shot clock is off. Oscar Mike can play for the last try of the half. Sets everybody in motion. Heads left. Looking for the corner. Whoa. Gotsey stops him. Whitty comes up to the ball. Flips it long. Ball ends up in the hands of Birch. Defensive stand by Carolina to end the half. So at the end of the one half of play, we get Oscar Mike Militia 22, Carolina Crash 20. Take a 5-minute break and be back with the second half. All right, we're getting ready to start off the second half. Courier Birch, Simons Anderson versus Walker, Flax, Allen, and Whitty. Carolina with the ball first, moving left to right. Lob pass comes into Flax. Flax moves around an Allen screen. Easy pass down to Whitty. Whitty's going to draw a foul on Anderson. Anderson to the penalty box, giving a Carolina player advantage. All into Whitty. Tries to get it. Flips it backwards to Flax. Flax, guarded by Courier. Gives it up to Whitty. Whitty trying to work his way to the end line. 10 on the shot clock. Flax posted up down low, backs his way through. Carolina closes within one. Anderson to the end line for the inbound. Lob pass, Simons. Simons spins. Finds a seam. Cut off by Whitty at the cone. Backs it back out. 15 on the shot clock. Anderson takes control. 10 on the shot clock. Anderson around far edge and inside the pylon. Ball quickly into Whitty. Flax battles Anderson for the ball. Throws it up court for Whitty. Whitty, a couple of bounces, muscles it away from Simons. Tough play there by Whitty to get that ball. Simons calls for the inbound. Courier. Simons gives it up to Anderson, following Birch. Anderson lobs it up, loses the ball. Anderson heels over wheels at near center court. Oh, we got a spin foul on James Whitty. Anderson looks like he's going to be okay. Oscar Mike will be inbounding on the far side. Courier flips it into Simons. Simons around the edge. Anderson sits. Courier sets up in front of Whitty. Whitty calls for the inbound. High pass into Flax. Up ahead to Whitty. Whitty sees A.J. Walker up ahead. Walker takes it across. Simons splits defenders, finds Anderson at the baseline. Pass over to Whitty. Spins away from two defenders. It's a pick from Walker. Carolina keeps it. If then one, 25-24. 5:14 to go in the third. Simons gives it over to Birch. Guarded by Whitty. Ball is tipped. 12-second call. Nice defense on Carolina's part, creating another turnover, chance to tie it up. Walker throws it in the Flax. Carolina's going to set up a half-court set. Flax to the corner. Down low to Whitty. Takes it in. Carolina ties it up halfway through the third. Simons trying to get an angle on the inbound. Flip the pass over to Birch. Up to Anderson. Anderson looking long. Simons able to reach back with the long arm and grab it. Flax. Walker bring it up court. Flax to the corner again. Spots Whitty posted up inside. Simons up court to Birch. Met by Walker. Birch able to spin away. Whitty in pursuit. And just couldn't quite catch him before the end line. Pass into Flax. Pass up to Whitty. Gathers it in. Bounce past the Flax. Ball's 12-second call on Carolina. Subs for Carolina: Roberts, Jenkins, Godsey. The Oscar Mike ball. Curry will be inbounding here near half court. Oscar Mike up one. Simons has the ball, takes a bounce. Gives it up to Ryan Major, guarded by Roberts. Roberts trying to keep him locked up right there. Flip pass from Simons over to Birch. Off Birch's chair, out of bounds. No harm on that turnover for Carolina. Score stays 1 point advantage. That pass knocked away by Simons. Jenkins backs away from the defense. Opens it up. Jenkins tries to fire a pass up court. Intercepted by Major. Major gives it to Simons, who throws it long for Courier. Oscar Mike back with a 2-point lead, 28-26. 3 to go in the third. Jenkins setting up the offense. Pivots around a Gotzi screen. Trying to get to the corner. Pass. Jenkins again looking long. That pass deflected by Courier. Simons down the sideline. Looking for the corner. Roberts trying to get there. Walker with a flat tire. All right, inbounds pass. Jenkins across half. Carolina crashes the key. Jenkins trying to go to the corner. Flips pass down low to Roberts. Off his hands. Tied up. Substitutions for Carolina, Whitty and Flax. Simons pivots around Gotzi. Pass over to Birch. Flax in pursuit. Oh, man. All right. Flax bringing it over the line. 1:49 to go in the third. Waits for a Gotzi screen on Major. Flax down low to Jenkins. Bounce pass back to Flax. Lob pass comes into Simons. Birch slants in front of him, picks up the pass. Birch over and back. Good defense there by Jenkins. Flax clears the sideline, gives it up to Jenkins. Jenkins bounces one low for Whitty, takes it in. Carolina closes it back within 2. Simons into Courier. Gotzi trying to lock up on Simons. Simons backs his way into Jenkins, flips the pack over the head, falls loose. Whitty there to pick it up. Whitty around the corner, down low to Flax. Carolina capitalizes on the turnover. 30-29. Oscar Mike calls timeout. Things break the huddle. Pass is intercepted by Whitty. The inbounds pass. Simons wasn't paying attention. Throws a pass up the court. Flax. Jenkins. Heads up play by Whitty. Jenkins backs it across, and Carolina ties it up with 30 seconds to go here in the third. Simons fires a pass to Anderson. Anderson tries to get it across court. That pass is picked up by Jenkins. Jenkins slams on the brakes, looking for help. Going to draw a foul on Anderson. They let about 3 seconds go off the clock. Jenkins fires a pass over to Whitty around the corner. Whitty's going to have an angle to the end line. Crosses with .8. Long pass for Anderson. No good. Out of bounds. Wow, what a third quarter for Carolina. Carolina takes a 1-point lead here in the third, 31-30. Let's take a couple minutes here to catch our breath and be back with the fourth quarter. All right, here we go. Get ready to start the fourth quarter. Carolina took a 1-point lead there in the third. See if they can hang on. It'd be nice to get a victory over the Militia. Career goes inbounds into Simons. Anderson takes control. Heads to the corner. Slides between defenders. Flax looking long. Flips one up court for Whitty. Whitty calling a foul on Anderson. Brian Anderson to the penalty box. Carolina with the player advantage. Jenkins lobs it down low for Whitty. Anderson back in. Simons shin down. Flips one over to Birch. Birch down the sideline. Being pushed back by Jenkins. Up against the sideline, a bit of trouble. Anderson out on the wing. Pass is intercepted by Plax. Plax flips one long. Whitty scoops it up right before Simons can get to him. Anderson follows up. Gives it up to Jenkins. Backs his way across. Carolina takes a 2-point lead. Simons flips one. Backhanded pass up to Anderson. Anderson hands off to Simons. Simons backs it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Courier looking to seal the corner. Birch wide open along the baseline. Pass quickly into Flax. Jenkins reaches out. Little shovel pass up to Whitty. Whitty races Anderson to the corner. Anderson slides across the line. Penalty try for Carolina. Simons the baseline. Courier give and go with Simons. Simons flips one long for Birch. Birch stopped by Jenkins. Ball's loose on the floor. Simons trying to grab it, picks it up one-handed. Stopped by Jenkins at the corner. Jenkins slid across the line. Penalty try for Oscar Mike. Flax takes the inbound. Trying to work around a Gotzi screen down the sideline. Long for Whitty off his wheel. Out of bounds. Courier up high for Simons. Just caught it by his fingertips. Anderson slashes to the center. Anderson down low for Birch. Birch ties it up. 4:56 to go. Jenkins finally finds a handle after a couple bounces. Heads down center. Pump fake and opens up in a crease. Birch holds. Simons fires a dart over to Anderson. Anderson stopped by Gotzi just across half court. Tries to back away. Whitty's there to pick him up. Over the shoulder pass to Simons. Wax bounces up for Jenkins. Pass down for Whitty. Give and go with Birch. Whitty knocks it away. Comes up with the ball. Comes in inside the pylon. Carolina takes a 2-point lead. Timeout, Oscar Mike. With 3:55 to go in the game, Carolina clinging to a 2-point lead, 37-35. Back on the court for both teams. Ryan Major joins the fray for Oscar Mike. Birch, quick pass into Simons. Flips up ahead, looking for Major. Whitty trying to break the ball free. Simons picks it up. Birch posted up on Jenkins. Simons takes the outside lane and cross the line. Flax. Long pass down court for Jenkins. Able to roll under it. Got to give credit to John Gotzi on Carolina. He's been working Simons pretty good this game, trying to keep him contained. Simons being pushed out. Flips a backhanded pass to Birch. That pass is going to go off the back of Curry or out of bounds. Come on, Whitty. Jenkins gives it up to Flax. Flax backs away. And the defenders got Whitty down low. Simons cuts Whitty off just before the pylon. Whitty brings it back out, works some more clock. $15 on the shot clock. Whitty's going to try the other side. Down low for Flax. Great catch. Carolina takes a 3-point lead, 2:32 to go. Simon's up court for Courier. 8-second call. Another good defensive stand by Carolina. Carolina will have it at their own end with an inbound with Jenkins in the corner. Fleece and Anderson back on the court for Oscar Mike. Jenkins gives it up. Plax. Plax, couple pump fakes. Brings it back around. Anderson pushing from behind. Gets it off to Whitty. 20 on the shot clock. Hands it back to Plax. 10 on the shot clock. Headed to the corner. Low pass for Whitty. Fingertip grab. Carolina able to burn some clock and still get a score. Up 4. 40-36. Anderson takes it to the center. Flips the pass looking for Ryan Major. Simons loops around and takes it across the line with 1:33 to go. Pass into Plax. Plax fires a pass towards Whitty. Grabs it at the half court line. Ryan Major trying to get up there with him. Major crosses the line. And penalty score for Carolina. Simons battling it out with Gotson. Gotson has been a defensive terror today. Simons to the corner. Under a minute to go. Carolina clinging to a 3-point lead. Carolina calls timeout. Move the ball up. Jenkins calls for the inbound. 59 seconds to go in the game. High pass into Plax, gathers it up. We got Jenkins. Jenkins brings it back out, working some clock. It's an 8-second bounce in. Oscar Mike calls for an equipment. Good job. Extended equipment repair here on Ryan Major's chair. Jenkins flips low for Whitty. Loops around Anderson. Bounce past to Jenkins. Crosses with 34 seconds on the clock. Crash with a 4-point lead. Anderson gives it off to Major. Clock's ticking. Ryan Major with a head of steam. Stopped by Jenkins. 25 to go. Carolina looking for an upset here on them Oscar Mike. Major slides through with 16.8 to go. Carolina calls another timeout. Move the ball up. 16.8 showing on the game clock. Carolina up 4. Up 3, 42-39. Jenkins quickly into Whitty. Whitty circles surrounded by defenders. A lot of arms reaching in there. Holds on to it. Under 10 to go. Hugs the ball. And that's going to do it. Carolina Crash come away with a huge victory, upsetting the Oscar Mike Militia. Fantastic game by the Crash. Very well played. That'll end an exciting day of Carolina Crash Rugby. Thank you for watching this presentation of Carolina Crash Wheelchair Rugby on the Tactical Tater Broadcasting Network. We'll be in action again tomorrow. First game against the Shepherd Smash. We look forward to seeing you then.